Hi, my name is Nicholas. I'm here from 𝐂𝐢𝐲𝐻𝐸𝐴, and I'm here to talk to you about Caribbean citizenship with endless benefits. The reason I want to talk to you about this is to give you some more insight. People treat these passports basically as a travel document, somewhere they can just go for mobility. And to be honest, they are much, much more than that. I want to just give you a quick overview of why they're much more than that and why you should consider them. No disclosure to your home country. So it's totally private. Your data is protected by that country that you're looking to naturalize with, looking to obtain a passport with, looking to get citizenship with. That's what you're doing. And so they want to protect your identity. You're going to be one of their citizens. Bear in mind, if your country doesn't allow where you're holding your passport now, if they don't allow for you to have that second passport, then you need to consider that, because there could be fines and there could be potential implications. As far as the Caribbean country that you've got in mind is concerned, then they have no problem with you having a second passport. Freedom of movement. Well, like I said, people look at these passports as just being a freedom of movement for them and their family. It's not just freedom of movement. Yes, it gives you that, but it gives you a whole lot more. It gives you multiple access to 140 countries and more countries that keep getting added pretty much on a yearly basis. So 140 countries in all these different countries around the world. Now there's 195 countries around the world, so 140, 143, 146, 150, depending on which Caribbean country you choose. Yes, you get a lot of access to these countries, but like I said, it's not just the country access that you want to keep in your mind. Visa-free and visa on arrival to those desirable countries. Yes, you don't have to go to any embassies anymore. You can go and you can get a visa when you arrive, or it's visa-free. You don't have to do anything. You just arrive, show your passport, and basically that's it. That is great, and that's why you're buying into these programs, either through a donation, through some real estate investment. But like I said, there's so much more. Family security for uncertain times. Think of that. If you're living in a country, maybe a country that's quite volatile, changes in governments, price increases, instability, high inflation, high taxes, you've got to consider all these things for your life going forward, and also for your family and your children and your children's children. Give them the right to have security of another country. And have that benefit to live in the country where they've always been born and they've been brought up. But if things don't go the way that they'd hoped, at least they have the security of another country that they can rely on, and they can move to, or they can use it to have a bit more strength in a passport, which these countries offer. They're all Commonwealth countries, so that's the beauty of them. Wealth management. Look, you've worked hard, you've created your wealth, now you want to protect that wealth. And these passports help you to do that, because it gives you the right to be a citizen of another country. It gives you the right to hedge your portfolio against regional and global volatility. Like I said, there is a lot of volatility going on around the world. Who thought in 2023 we'd be at war over in, with Russia and the Ukraine at the moment? These are very sad times in cases in the 21st century. So we've got to look at hedging the money that you've worked hard to earn, and put it into locations in and around the world that can give security for you and your family should something go wrong. And these passports enable you to be able to do that. Contingency planning. Well, the first step you've already made, because you're considering a second passport. So that's a contingency. Even those that have very strong passports, like America, like the UK, they're looking for second passports, because they want that contingency in case something goes wrong. If a country decides a government change and the tax rate goes very, very high, then they've got a contingency. They can leave that country. They've got the passport of another country they can go and live in. And these countries are no hardship. They're beautiful countries, some of the best beaches, some of the best scenery in the world. Financial freedom. Obviously, you've created your wealth. You don't want to tie it all down in one place and then find your financial freedom is restricted. These passports enable you to use them in other countries around the world, to secure investments, not just in one country where, like I said, you could have that volatility. No income tax, capital gains, inheritance or corporation tax. These countries won't charge you any taxation on worldwide income. The only time you're going to incorporate any tax is if you set up a business there or you have an investment there and you're generating a certain amount of income, then you could be liable for taxation. But your worldwide income, they won't be knocking on your door and saying you need to pay tax on your investment in Pakistan, in India, in Syria, wherever your investments might be, UK, anywhere like that, they won't be asking for any tax on that. Also, tax restructuring and tax freedom. These passports will enable you to be able to do that because you're in a secure location where they're not asking for any tax on any of your investments. So you can quite easily restructure and have that tax freedom. Also, you're a member of the community and common market, CARICOM. CARICOM is an area of the Caribbean countries where there's about 15 million people. Obviously, you're an entrepreneur. You could maybe exploit these 15 million people in some way. Maybe you can bring something, some added value to them. This is why these passports, donations to the country and these real estate projects, etc., they bring them on board so that people can invest in that country. And that's a way for them to generate income. They don't have ways of doing it other than this way, to bring in the money to do the bigger infrastructure projects. So you could invest in this. Maybe you're a tech company. You can add some added value in tech. Some of these islands, they have very good universities. 𝐂𝐚𝐫𝐢𝐻𝑁 have a very good veterinary university that's worldwide known. So you could maybe invest something there with them. So you could actually bring an investment to these. And like I say, you've potentially got 15 million to target your investment at. Authentic naturalization, well, that's what you get. You become a citizen of that country and you're equal to those that were born and raised there. You end up with the latest biometric passport. So you're a businessman, you want to travel around, you want to use the smart gates, you want to move around very quickly. These biometric passports allow you to do it by them using the latest technology. Most dominant investment migration worldwide is the Caribbean countries. They are the most dominant because you can end up with a passport within 6 to 8 months through an investment. And that's the beauty of them as well. You're not having to go and live in the country for maybe 180, 183 days a year. You're not having to go and invest heavy sums of money in that particular country as well. You know, if it's a lot of countries around the world, €500,000, €1,000,000 they can be asking for, and you don't get your passport for 10 years, or you might not get your passport for 7 years, or you might not get your passport at all, or you might have to learn the language. With these, you don't have to. So don't just look at these countries as just a mobility passport. They are so much more. No competition with the rest of the world. Of course, they don't have any competition with the rest of the world because, like I said, you can have this passport within 6 to 8 months. No other country around the world is going to be able to give you that without having some form of residency or investing extremely large sums of money. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you again. Take care. Best of luck.